Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
Please verify signal clarity. Please verify signal clarity. Please verify signal clarity. Please verify signal clarity.
All right, we're on the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
The Hall of Famers are just different, and that's a perfect example right there. Griselle knew that we were really thin tonight in the bullpen, and so he puts a team on his back and throws a complete game shutout against the world champions. Enough said right there, but you know, I've talked about this guy all year and how special he is, and just a example 5,000 of why he's special. So you never think that scoring a run on the first pitch you see is gonna hold up. But with Sale on the mound, it did. Just an unbelievable performance. No, he was on a mission. You could see it. He was attacking from the first pitch. And not that he doesn't do that, but you could see he had a different look in his eye. And the look in his eye is always pretty good. But it was even a little bit different tonight. And he came off. I mean, I was planning on sending him back out for the ninth, but he came off after the eighth and said, "This is mine."
Yeah, well, just to think about what he's doing at this age.
Oh, it's absurd. He's throwing harder than he ever had at 37 years. We make an argument. As great a career as he's having, he's as good now as he's ever been. Mind-boggling. He's the ultimate competitor, ultimate teammate, all those things we talk about. Because there was a little delay there. And, I'm squirming in the dugout because I'm counting every second of that replay. I thought the game was over. I thought Elson held the bag, but didn't go our way. But now I'm starting to worry about Sale and standing out there for a period of time. And, I had Agee up, but, I was looking at it like Chris is going to have to give up a run for me. Unless he just ran out of pitches, unless the pitch count just got ridiculous, and, I had to go get him for that reason. He was on a mission when he started that game, and then he was on a mission to finish it.
And the extra rest that goes along with it factor into your leash for him at all tonight?
Yeah, look, we've been finding ways to give him extra days, even when we had a 5-man, but that was one of the purposes of a 6-man. Not only Chris, but the other guys too, and the other school of thought is we're trying to keep as many of these guys stretched out, because you never know what you're going to run into between now and October, or even in October, where we've seen guys get hurt, and pitchers late in the season or even in the playoffs, and so you want to have those other options, and so that's part of the reason why we're doing this too. But yeah, we're always looking to give him extra days so he can go out and do stuff like that, and if he's on regular rest, it's probably tough for me to send him back out for the ninth. But the fact that he's been getting extra days, and his last few have been pretty efficient. I think his pitch count have been somewhere in the low 90s. I think it allowed a little bit of a longer leash.
Chris Sale might be better now at 37 than he has been in his career. To what do you credit that?
He'd probably have a better answer for you than me, but I do know that he's made some pretty substantial adjustments in his off-season and even in his in-season throwing program, and his off-season throwing and workout program. And you could set your watch to him in the weight room every day. He's got his routine that he's been, I'm sure, doing for years, maybe adjusting along the way, but you can set your watch to it. He doesn't miss a day, and it's no accident that a guy is still effective late in his late 30s. That doesn't just happen. There's a lot of stuff that goes in there.
Too often I'm rocking cleats in here, so.
But just kind of along those lines, I mean, the adrenaline is probably still pumping. How good are you feeling right now, and about what you did tonight?
It was good. To finish off, a sweep with a team like that, coming back home. And, I've said it 100 times this year, if I've said it at all. Our bullpen's done just an unbelievable job this year. They have picked up slack, when we've needed them to, and they shut the door time and time again. So, anytime, us as starters can give them a day off, it's huge for them.
Did you have that mindset? I mean, I know you want to go as long as you can anytime, but was tonight even more, a little extra incentive to say, I'm going to go really as long as I can?
No, I mean, I try to throw a complete game every time. I've never tried to give up a hit. I've never tried to give up a run. I never like getting pulled out of the game. And, after the 8th inning, I knew my pitch count was creeping up there, but, 1-0 ball game. I knew I was, just south of 100, so, I just told Walt I got this one. And, tonight it worked out.
How much you love tight games like this, and tonight was as playoff atmosphere as it comes. I know during the moment you're focused on the game, but at any point were you just able to enjoy everything that was going on today?
I would say, enjoy is a weird word to use while you're out there. I would say, the adrenaline was there. I felt the atmosphere. Our fans, obviously show up time and time again, but, tonight was a fun one. Running out there for the ninth inning, it was hard not to feel that energy, pulsing through the stadium. So, obviously, thankful for our fans, creating an atmosphere like that, and, thankful for Walt, giving me a little bit longer leash than maybe he wanted to.
It's kind of an emotional night for you too. Why was that?
Yeah, we lost a close family friend tonight. She was 42 years old. Just tough. She was battling for the longest time. So, I was texting, with her family today, and just it's tough. She was a huge Braves fan. She watched all these games. It felt weird out there because you felt like I had a little something else helping me tonight, and there's no question, that was her out there. So, I love the Foss family. They've been in my life for almost 20 years now. They damn near run my life. So, very thankful for them. But my heart is definitely with them, and this is a very tough time for their family. So,
In your mind, you got Shohei there, two of your hardest thrown pitches since 2018. I mean, did you just feel that little bit of extra, especially those two pitches right there?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think, call it what it is. That guy's, he's doing stuff no one's ever seen. He's, tit for tat, he's probably the best I've ever seen. And when you're facing the best, you got to bring your best. And, tonight it worked out, but, you can't hang your hat on that kind of stuff, and you never anticipate or expect that because of who he is and his talent and what he brings to the table. So, this is a game of small battles, and, he's going to win some, I'm going to win some, but when you got a guy like that, you got to, step on the gas a little bit.
You used the in and out to Shohei and also upstairs under him.
Well, just, try to keep it out of the heart of the zone. Anytime, I've seen him do some pretty massive damage. So, again, just following Baldy's game plan, I felt like he did an unbelievable job of executing, knowing when to go, two seam, knowing when to go four seam, and mixing in my slider when I needed to. So, credit to Baldy for getting me through that one because, again, I didn't do a whole lot before this game other than kind of stretch out and get ready for it. He led me through that game and called every single pitch, and that was about as dialed in as I've been. So, credit to him as well.
Struggles of the last couple of weeks, and then to finish strong against the Brewers, and then you finish with this sweep. What does it say about this clubhouse and the guys in there?
I think just the belief that we have in ourselves and in each other. I think anyone can be happy when it's going good, and then who are you when it's not? And I think we've showed a few times this year when it's not going good, we still have each other's backs. We're still putting in work. Sure, even yesterday, you talk about Kim, being the hero of that game last night. That guy's worn out that batting cage. Absolutely worn it out. I don't know. We got this fancy pitching machine thing that has the screen and all that. He's probably got our money's worth just himself in that thing over the last couple of months. So, but just the faith that we have, in each other, and we're just such a cohesive group. We love each other. We have each other's backs, and we're never going to point fingers. We're only going to lift each other up.
This pitches in 8 years, your first complete game in 7 years. How much pride do you take into just being able to tap into this level of dominance at this stage in your career?
I'm just thankful to get through it, man. Like I said, I pride myself on working hard, and I pride myself on going out there and giving my team a chance to win. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but I'm thankful for the people that I have in my corner to help me get, out to that mound. I've said it a lot, but this isn't me just behind the scenes doing what I do to get out there. I got a lot of people in my corner helping me out. Getting me ready for my starts, getting me back up on my feet, and, keeping me healthy for the most part. So, again, I'm just thankful. I love playing this game, and, I want to keep doing it for as long as I can.
A sip of a beverage there after the interview. How does it taste?
A little bit better after that one.
Chris, I don't know where this one would rank for you, but do you imagine when you look back on some of your most meaningful starts of your career, whenever you're done, do you think tonight will be up there?
I hope I got some coming still. So, I don't know. That's a good question, but I think that's probably better to be answered when I am done and, looking back on all of it. And, so yeah, I mean, it was awesome. I definitely appreciate it. I'm thankful for it. But at the end of the day, it still counts as one win.
You're in Braves country.
The season's finally here, and the players hit the field, and every man feels like a boy, and every wife could
Yes,
give.
sir, girls and boys, we are back. The Armchair Quarterback Show. New time this year, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll come on the air before the ball games get going and talk the world of college football and the NFL. Picks against the spread, over-unders, player props, what the market is missing, the numbers you should be jumping on before they move. That's the Armchair Quarterback Show. Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Braves Country Radio. The replay on Armchair Quarterbacks Radio. All on YouTube, and you can catch us live on Facebook.
Yeah, the Armchair Quarterback, he's kind of fun and he's kind of fat. The All-American man with a cool one in his hand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another, all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You've unlocked this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. The whole stands full of people all roaring. In baseball, never known this is where so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets.
Line drive and a base hit. Just as the score of the tying run. Breathe to the plate. And he is safe.
We're 1 out away, Braves Country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you've got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet, trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires on to first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the job through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the World Series. And the place is going bananas.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. Just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of those mighty Atlanta Braves. Hazy conditions here in Atlanta, but I don't believe we're going to get in a, they're saying we may need a raincoat, but it looks pretty good so far. So hopefully it will avoid us. See if I can find my weather guy that usually steers me in the right direction. See what he's got to say for tonight. Rain around Atlanta has faded nicely. And it looks like we're good to go for now, so hopefully that will continue. And as soon as the 3D kicks in, we will bring it to you. Colorado in their road purple jerseys, Colorado across the chest, outlined in white. Gray pants, black hat, CR interlocking for Colorado Rockies. Atlanta Braves are in their Friday night reds. We've become accustomed to red jersey, blue writing, navy blue. Braves across the front, outlined in white. Same with the tomahawk below, striped in gold. Same with your numbers on the back and the names in the back. Grant Holmes is on the hill tonight. We've got one false start here on the three-dimensional. Let's see if we get a... Here we go. From Boston to Milwaukee to the A, your Atlanta Braves America's team since 1871, the longest-running sports franchise in North American history. And it is time to play ball. Grant Holmes firing his final warm-up tosses. Blue ball caps with the red bill. I think I might have left that out with the white A representing the city of Atlanta. And coming to the plate is the leadoff man, McCarthy. He'll be followed by Carrig, Goodman, Ruttenfield, Castro, Moniak, Norby, Veen, and Tovar. The Braves come to the bats. It'll be Drake, the Wiz, Icehouse, Raja, Money Mike, and Doobie. We're just about set. First pitch on the way is swung on and lifted out to center field, coming in, making the diving or running catch, not quite a diving catch for out number one. F8 in your scorecard, and there's one away. We'll get it lined up here in a second where it meets the 3D. The 0-1, the first pitch on the way is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Carrig, the batter, the center fielder. Youngster digging in, open stance from the left side. The 0-1 pitch. Swing. Knocks it down the line, foul. Left field side. Doobie giving chase, and it's 0-2. Left to right across the outfield for your Atlanta Braves, Dubon, Harris, and Yastrzemski. Excuse me, that was the wrong call. Give me 1 second. Yes, Harris and Acuna. That was from last night. Pitch down and away. It's 1-2. Round the horn, third to first, Dubon, Kim, Ozzie, and Olsen. Holmes is on the bump, and Murphy's behind the plate. The 1-2 pitch down and in 2-2. Austin Riley given the night off. I thought we took that off. I do apologize. I hit the wrong button. We're supposed to take it off. The 2-2 count. Swing fouls it away, and we'll do it again. Braves nothing. Rockies nothing. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. The 2-2. Outside wide, ball 3-2. So a full count. Carrick stepping out of the box, taking his time getting back in. The 3-2 pitch, infield back into the right. And swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Good pitch there by Grant Holmes. First strikeout of the night.
I'm trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers. I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Hunter Goodman coming to the plate. First pitch. Four-seam fastball. Swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. As Goodman steps out of the box for a second. Takes his time out. Goodman coming in with 36 home runs on the year. He's just a touch behind Matt Olson's 37. Of course, they're all chasing the Schwarb. As the 0-1 pitch. Fouls back out of play. It's 0-2. An 0-2 count. Not a household name because he plays in Colorado, but Hunter Goodman's one of the best hitters in the game. And he's a catcher. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him out of the jam. And we will go to the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 your score here in Braves
I play real
country.
sports. I'm trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers. I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Where do you come from? Where do you hail from?
You're in Braves country.
It's always great to hear where everybody's listening here in Braves country. Drake Baldwin leading us off. It'll be Drake, Ozzie, and Olsen, followed by Acuna, Michael, Dubon, Yaz, Smurf, and Hassan Kim. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Outside wide, four-seam fastball. It's 1-0. Frozen tundra in northwest Texas. The 1-0. Swing, fouls it back. 1-1. 1-1 count. 0-0 your score. Sagana on the bump for the Rockies. What you can expect from Tommy Sagano is a 7-pitch mix. The 1-1 pitch, swing, pops it up. High in the left field. Fairly deep, but playable. Underneath it, making the catch for out number 1. In left field is McCarthy. Left to right across the outfield for the Rockies. McCarthy, Carrig, Veen. Around the horn, third to first, Castro, Tover, Norby, and Rumfield. Goodman behind the plate. Sagano is on the bump. 0-0 your score. Ozzie Albies coming to the plate. Open stance from the left side. The switch hitting second baseman. Coming in with 20 home runs on the year. The first pitch. Swing, rolls it foul. It's 0-1. Sagano's got a 7-pitch mix. He throws a splitter, a four-seamer, and a sinker, all around 20%. A cutter and a sweeper and a slider, all around 10%, and then the curve at 7. So he's a true kitchen sinker. He'll throw everything but the kitchen sink at you to try to get you out. The 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Relies on his defense. Not a big strikeout pitcher. Comes in with an ERA of 4.94. Grant Holmes is at 3.61. The 0-2 pitch. Sagano turns and fires. Out and away. 1-2. Hope everybody's enjoying their Friday night here in Braves Country. Thanks for everybody stopping by into the Armchair Quarterback Show tonight. It was good to be back talking football. The 1-2 pitch. Swing! Fouls it back. Four-seam fastball. We'll do it again. Those will be Friday nights at 6 o'clock, and it really depends on the start of the Braves game on what time we'll end. Next week will be a pretty short show, because I believe the Braves-Phillies game is 6:40. First pitch, the 1-2. Lifts it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. For those of y'all who may not be able to catch it live, we are going to replay it, drop it over at the Armchair Quarterback Radio YouTube channel on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. The 1-2 pitch. Outside wide ball 2-2-2. So a 2-2 count. Thanks, 22. I thought it was next Friday. All this stuff kind of runs together, but I'm pretty sure we got 6:40, 6:10. 6:10 is such a weird time on Saturday. The 2-2 pitch, swing, rolls it on the ground over to first. It's going to be a shovel pass. Speaking of football, from the first baseman Rumfield to the covering pitcher Sagano, and there's 2 down. You're scoring at home. It's 3-1 on the putout. See everybody in the chat. We got Uncle Charlie, James Ray. Everybody loves Raymond. James Fisher King. The Spaceman, Ladarius. I beg your pardon, we didn't promise you a rosemary garden. Crypto. Good to see everybody. See who else we got here in the recent comments. Evan Jackson. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Evan Jackson. The first pitch on the way. Sweeper down and in. It's 1-0. I thought it was one of those plays on words like Even Steven. Evan Jackson, thank you for your service, sir. 1-0 count to Olsen. Takes the four-seamer right down the pipe, 1-1. We'll see him top out around that low 90s, 93, right around where he sits typically. He can get up to 94. In his younger days, he was topping out around 95, 96. G.S. Davis in the house. Libido. 1-1 pitch. Swing! That ball's banged down the right field line, but foul. 1-2. Mark, Ricky, Ricardo, Lucy, he's home. JC in the house. Roy Noble. What you talking about, Willis? Eric's. The 1-2 pitch down and away. Ball 2-2-2. Blonde collapse. Monkey DC crew. If I'm mispronouncing anything, realize I can't see that screen as well as I used to, so sometimes the squint's involved. The 2-2 pitch, down and away. 3-2. Jody Jones. You know, I saw on TV today there was a Jody Davis sighting, for those of y'all remember him from the Cubs. He's going to the Cubs Hall of Fame this weekend. I thought that was pretty cool. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, blew it right by him, and that'll end the inning. So Sagano put the Braves down 1-2-3. We'll go to the top of the second, scoreless here in Atlanta.
DD Mangudu.
Once it's turned on, the sign will spell out Deli Cat Essen.
The Twins are going to win the World Series. The Twins have won it. It's a base hit. It's a 1-0 victory.
Watching Donnie perform that year, he did something that would cause everybody else to just go, wow, I wish I could do that like once. He does it twice a week.
Here it goes. Long drive and a grand slam upper deck. A new Major League single-season record for Mattingly. 6 grand slams.
It felt good, but it was just all about trying to win. And, you know, in New York, it's about winning. And that part was getting frustrating.
Are you Don Mattingly?
Yes, I am. Come in. Can I get you something? What's your name?
I've never seen the full episode. I've probably only seen the clip maybe once or twice.
Mattingly, get rid of those sideburns.
What sideburns?
You heard me, hippie.
When I was managing LA, we went to Australia. And I'm not kidding you, that was like more people knew that episode than knew anything about anything I'd ever did in baseball. Hearing that accent telling me to shave those sideburns.
Mattingly, I thought I told you to trim those sideburns. Go home. You're off the team for good.
Fine. Still like him better than Steinbrenner.
I'm still getting checks for like now and then. What are they, like 87 cents or something now?
Did you grab anything when you walked out the door?
I grabbed nothing but 2 Tortino's pizza out of the refrigerator and my doggy, and we left.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Grant Holmes. Fires a slider down and in for a strike. Swing and a miss. Rumfield, the batter, TJ Rumfield. It's 0-1. Rumfield, 13 home runs, 289 average. The 0-1 pitch, down and in, 1-1. Nothing your score if you're just getting off work, getting to settle in for the weekend. Both teams went up, 3 down in the first inning. The 1-1 high and out of the zone. 2-1. If you're wanting to break down this series and you're wanting to know where the advantages are, Colorado still has a pretty good offense. They got a lot of young hitters, and a lot of them are really good. They obviously hit better away from home, but that would be anybody when you play in Denver. As the 2-1 pitch smacks the black. 2-2. Braves had the big advantage in the bullpen more than anywhere else, but also depth in the starting rotation. Obviously, we won't see Chris Sale tonight. He pitched that masterpiece last night, so he won't be in this series. I don't expect to see him until Friday or Saturday against Philadelphia. The 2-2, inside 3-2. Next Friday or Saturday is what I But the Braves bullpen would definitely get a huge nod. You just got to take advantage of the mistakes on the Rockies pitching, and everything should fall into line. The 3-2 outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Lead off walk, and you never want that. TJ Rumfield. His walk rate 16% in August. That is almost twice what it was back in May. First pitch on the way is down and in. Ball's 1-0. And that's just a youngster learning how to hit on the major league level. 1-0 count. Infield. Play back into the right, double play depth. And Sean Murphy challenged that. I didn't see the gesture. He did challenge that, and he got the challenge right. So change that, baby. It's Owen. The 0-1 swing, chops it off the plate. Looked like his slider. 0-2. Braves with the big sweep of the Dodgers last night. If you get a chance, go over and hype that video. It helps bring more Braves fans in here to talk with y'all. And you can use up to 3 a week. You can also do all of them on one, which is what I would suggest, to just pour them all onto that Chris Sale gym. That was a hell of a ball game. The 0-2 count is Castro. He's getting to look at the trainer, but honest engine, I think that ball just racked him in the family jewels. It bounced off the plate. And whatever he said, Rumfield got to laughing at first, so he does appear to be okay. I mean, it's never funny if you're the one involved in it, but everybody else is going to laugh. You know, us guys know how that is. The 0-2 count. Check swing in the dirt. Do it again. Braves nothing, Rockies nothing. Lights just flickered in the area, so if I lose you, that's the internet going out for a second. The 1-2. Outside wide, 2-2. 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Rolling bunt down the third base line, and that is going to be an infield single. You talk about bad luck. That's bad luck right there for the Braves. And there's runners on first and second, and nobody out. You couldn't have bowled it down there better. Braves were playing with the infield back into the right, and with 2 outs, you're not defending the bunt anyways. There was no reason to believe the ball was going to roll down that way. So 2 on and nobody out, and Mickey Moniak, the batter. First pitch high and out of the zone, 4-seam fastball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Grant looking in, bringing it. Swing! Smacks it down the line. Foul. Looked like his changeup. 1-1. Game 1 of a 3-game set. You got tonight, tomorrow afternoon, and then Sunday afternoon. The 1-1 swing, laces it over to first. Olson's got it, fires it to second. Runner does get back in time, and there's 1 away. Hard line drive. He had no chance to run down to first to tag it. So he tried to hit the lead runner at second base. Kim was there in plenty of time. There just wasn't enough time. Good base running there by Rumfield to be paying attention. Your instincts is just start leaning towards the next base, and that's usually how you get doubled off like that. Righty, Norby right there. Takes the first pitch for a slider strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Slider 0-2. Grant Holmes. 2 strikeouts so far. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, rolls it on the ground over the short. It's going to be a 6, 4, 3. Inning-ending double play. Norby was flying down the line, but a good relay. Kim to Ozzie to Olsen, and we go to break. Bottom of the second we go. 0-0 here in Braves country.
What's for dinner? Hey, Chef, what's for dinner?
My favorite. What's for dinner? Get in my belly!
Blob, the Blob, Blob Barker, Blob of the Hut, and Rub-a-Dub Chub.
What do you want for dinner?
I don't care.
1 large jambalaya, please. Jambalaya?
Biggie can't fit through doorway.
Oh, this is fantastic.
You got my shirt at the Big and Tall shop? When did I make the crossover? I can't feel my hands.
You gonna eat your cornbread? It's the wood that makes it good.
Oh my God, I'm fatter than the skipper.
No and then!
And then?
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 I refuse to play your Chinese food mind games. You sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, Chinese food seems kind of complicated. Well, maybe for a less experienced chef.
That ketchup?
It's just a base. You don't understand cooking.
Hey, you know what? I just figured out what I want for dinner. A nice hot bowl of shredded stew.
Gazpacho, por favor.
Por favor.
I'm part Spanish.
Adios, muchacho.
Maybe you're getting cheese ball syndrome.
I love broccoli. It's good for you.
Then maybe you'd like to have a piece.
Vile weed!
Hurry up and munch those fries. We've got to get back to work soon.
1 large crab bisque to go.
You want bread? You're pushing your luck, little man.
Huh, you know what? I'm sorry. I've had shredded stew before, and it sure as diddly didn't taste like that.
I'll tell you what, a refill on this delicious exotic tea.
That's duck sauce.
That is good.
We're trying to lose weight.
Fatty McButterpants.
Lay off there, I'm starving.
I'm gonna order us some pizza.
Little neighborhood joint called Domino's.
Domino's?
Everybody enjoying the food so far?
Oh my God, yes. We're gonna come tomorrow night and every other night for the rest of our lives.
Oh, and don't cheap out on the tip. We all know you're loaded now. What's for dinner?
Welcome back. Righty matchup. Ronald Acuna Jr. batting 4th tonight. Takes the first pitch right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Got the night off. In the cleanup spot behind Olsen. The 0-1 pitch. Out and away, 1-1. And I honestly don't hate the mix. I still say we would be better off putting Harris up top and Drake behind Olsen as the 1-1. Fouls it back. 1-2. But you can't really go Harris, Drake, and Olsen because then a lefty can wipe you out later in the game. But I'd be all for putting Drake behind Acuna. I mean, if you really want to, put Acuna behind Drake or flip-flop him either way. The 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. 2-2 count. Infield playing back. A little bit to the left. The 2-2 up and in. Full count. Full count to Acuna. Here comes the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. Good at bat by Ronald Acuna Jr.
The
Bravo.
Leadoff walk here in the bottom of the second. Let's get something going.
Bravo.
Money Mike stepping to the plate, righty lefty, first pitch curveball down and in. It's 1-0. The Acuna not really stealing anymore. It's not as imperative to get him at the top of the order, honestly. If you want to put Acuna behind Olsen to force them to have to throw to Olsen, I'm not just talking about the Rockies, I'm talking about in general. I really like that idea since he doesn't run like he used to. It's probably see him run much more next year, I would think. He's had so many leg injuries, and they don't want him on the IL again. It's too late in the year for that nonsense. The 2-0. Swing. Fouls it away, 2-1. Dodgers and Tigers, they are nothing in the fifth. They have not. So that was, that game's only started about a little over an hour ago. That was Scooble's return to Detroit. Flip over to first to keep Acuna close by. A 2-1 count. Infield back and to the right. I'll tell you what, we've seen Michael drop some bunts recently. He drops one right now. I mean, he might get two bases. The 2-1 outside wide, 3-1. They have the third baseman playing where the shortstop should be, and the shortstop almost right behind second. You have to, by rule, you have to be off the bag, but he is as close as you can get without being on the bag. The 3-1 count. Turns and clicks right there. Taking the four-seamer across the plate. Full count. Full count. Full weekend for sports fans. We've got all the MLB. College football is coming back. Week 0. The NFL preseason wrapping up. The payoff pitch, swing, laces it towards left field. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Here comes Ronald Acuna Jr. rounding third, and he will score, and your Atlanta Braves take the 1-0 lead. Money Mike, baby. Money Mike.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
All righty, Roo, baby. Acuna cutting the bag. He knew he was going the moment he hit second base. He was taking that wide turn so he could cut the bag in. And Mauricio Dubon coming to the plate. Righty, first pitch swinging, lifted, high and deep, into center field, drifting over, making the catch. Here comes the throw from center field, F8 on your scorecard, and good tag by Michael Harris. And that's what you call a productive first out.
Pardon me, would you have any?
But of course.
Good job by Dubon to get the ball hit to the right side of the outfield. Throw coming in had no chance of getting Harris. Good cut off there by Tovar. He had to leap top of his jump, and that ball might have sailed towards the dugout. So the infield will be drawn in. Braves lead it 1-0, and the Yaz comes to the plate. Righty-lefty drops the sweeper down there at the knees. Good pitch by Sagano. It's 1-0. Yaz looking for anything towards the outfield. It should score Michael. If it's a dink over the dirt, the infield is drawn in. It'll easily be a base hit. The 0-1. Down and in 1. The outfield is, they're playing back and pretty much straight away. Though I will say the right fielder, Bean, he is cheating towards the gap. So if Harris gets around, if Yaz gets around on one down the right field line, that ball's going to roll for days. 1-1. Splitter down and away. 2-1. When you see that as the batter, Yaz coming to the plate, you see something like that, it kind of gives you an indication how they plan on pitching you. Now, the teams don't always follow what their defense does, but in theory, you're pitching on the outside part of the plate and probably the soft stuff because you want them to roll over. The 2-1 pitch, swing, pop up, four-seam fastball, and that ball is going to be just out of the reach. Giving chase was not only the left fielder McCarty, but also third baseman Castro. McCarthy was nowhere near it, but Castro, if he makes that catch, that's going to be a run because he was going away from the play. He was past the tarps. Harris would have scored with ease. It's one of those ones we wish they had caught. The 2-2. Standing on deck is Sean Murphy. You can't always pitch around Yaz to set up the double play if you're Colorado. The 2-2, way high out of the zone, pitch out territory, ball 3-2. And of course, if you do that, if you do pitch around Yaz, then we have to start looking at will Yaz try to steal second to stay out of that double play. It's Murphy and Kim next. So though they've had a couple of big base hits recently, it is a dead spot in the order. Full count from Sagano. Runner at third, one out. If you're just joining us, 1-0 your score. RBI by Harris bringing home Acuna. The 3-2 swing. That ball's ripped down the right field line, but foul. That's what I was talking about. They're playing him so far over. I wonder if that might change their approach there. He's drifting back into defensive position. He is cheating a little more towards the line now. He's more of what you would consider straight away as the center fielder is shaded off to the left. The payoff pitch. Swing. Chops the splitter down the first base line. Will do it again. Braves 1, Rockies 0. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Colorado Rockies. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. He's gone sweeper, splitter, splitter, four-seam, sweeper, splitter. Sagano steps off the bum now, and he'll grab the rosin bag real quick. $83 here in Atlanta, but it is humid here in the Mid-South. The 3-2 pitch. Swing! That ball rattles off the face mask of home plate umpire Tom Hanahan. Appears to be okay. Hanahan behind the plate. Culp is at first. David Rackley is your second base umpire. And down the third base line, it's Manny Gonzalez. So a full count. Sagano comes set. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. 94 miles an hour. Strike 3. 2 down. Yaz had to have been sitting on something soft. He was so far behind that 94. And we say it all the time, but you can't do that. With 2 strikes, you have to sit on fastball and adjust to the soft because it doesn't work the other way. You're going to be a mile behind it like he was. So it'll be up to Sean Murphy with the infield now drawing back. First pitch on the way. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. It's 1-0. Sean Murphy batting 188 on the year. Kim standing on deck. Braves lead it 1-0. 1-0. Inside high, four-seam fastball, ball 2, 2-0. Riley had been struggling a little bit at the plate, so they put Dubon. I think the idea is they didn't want Smurf, Kim, and Riley in the lineup all the same night. The 2-0 pitch. Swing! That ball smoked down the line. That's a fair ball. Here comes Murphy. Jugging. He'll slide in, and he is safe. Good piece of hit by Sean Murphy.
Murphy's me. I must call an emergency meeting.
That ball just sneaked in the line. Taking another look at it right now, see exactly where it landed. It almost hit Michael Harris. It skipped over the bag, and by the time it hit the ground, it was actually in foul territory. It only has to be fair going over the bag. So a double by Murphy, and Kim now comes to the plate. The first pitch on the way, bust him inside, hit by pitch. Kim, they're going to hit our MVP like that. We're going to have some fighting going on. Ha-Seong Kim goes down to first.
Hitting? It's not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
So runners on first and second and 2 outs. He's trying to send a message to our, right now he'd probably be 1 and 2 in the MVP voting for the Braves with Kim and Murphy. So they're trying to send a message because Murphy hit a double. So now they'll get the light hitting Drake Baldwin coming to the plate, followed by the rest of the top of the order. Ha-Seong Kim's a Braves country treasure. He must be guarded at all costs. First pitch is a curveball there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Braves lead it 2-0. The 0-1. Turns and fires. Swing, chopper back up the middle. And that ball's got eyes. Sean Murphy streaking around third, heading to home. You can't stop it. You can only hope to contain Sean Murphy's speed. And it is a 3-0 ball game.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Drake smokes it up the middle. Lightning McQueen flying around the bases. Ha-Seong Kim, he was hustling, man. I'll tell you what, the one thing that kid does not do is he hustles. He hustles. He looked like Fred Flintstone going around from first to third. So runners on the corners. Still 2 outs, and Ozzie Albies coming to the plate. All you saw was, what's in elbows going around there with Ha-Seong Kim. First pitch is way outside the zone. Cutter misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Swing, pops it up. And that'll probably end the inning. Underneath it is Carrick, the center fielder. And it will end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put 3 on the board. Holy Toledo! Break up Murph and Kim.
I must call an emergency meeting.
3-0 good guys back in a flash.
Don't try to fool me.
On this date in 1884, New York Gotham pitcher Mickey Welch strikes out the first 9 Cleveland Blues to come to the plate, establishing a major league record. The mark will last until 1970, when the Mets right-hander Tom Seaver strikes out the last 10 San Diego batters he faces in a Shea Stadium contest. On this date in 1990, Ryne Sandberg becomes the first second baseman to hit 30 home runs in consecutive seasons, when he homers deep to left field off Bill Gullickson, leading off the 4th inning in the Cubs' 5-2 victory over the Houston Astros in the Astrodome. Rhino will finish the season with 40 home runs, the most in the National League. And on this date in 2008, the Cubs versus the Phillies at Wrigley Field becomes the first contest using video replay available to umpires to review calls regarding fair or foul home runs, balls in or out of the ballpark, and fan interference determinations. Not employed in any of the 3 ballparks going online today. All major league clubs will use the new technology starting tomorrow. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today.
For about 70 cents, you can buy a can of soda, regular or diet. For about 70 cents, you can also buy a cup of coffee. For about 70 cents, you can buy a pack of gum, plain or sugarless. For
13 cents a day,
you can buy
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio. Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Grant Holmes is right there for a strike on the outer edge. Being the number 8 hitter at the plate, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Holmes comes set. Turns and fires. Up and out of the zone, 1-1. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for your Atlanta Braves. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Colorado Rockies. 1-1 pitch in the dirt. Curveball, 2-1. Stepping out of the box is Veen, getting back in. Tomorrow is a 4 o'clock Eastern first pitch is the 2-1. Rolls it on the ground through the hole. That's going to be a leadoff single for the Colorado Rockies. Bean thinks about heading towards second, but he slams on the brakes. Young right fielder. Got a doubleheader tomorrow for you. Assuming it all goes well, we'll bring you the entire game of the Red Sox-Yankees. We're going to bring as much as we can to you. Red Sox and Yankees play at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. But we will jump off by 4 o'clock for the Braves broadcast, come hell or high water. First pitch on the way, swung on, foul back, it's 0-1. They've had the darndest schedule this year, Yankees and Red Sox. They have played against Braves baseball every single game and been wanting to do at least one game this year. It just hasn't fallen in. So tomorrow they've got to make up on a doubleheader, and that's where we're jumping on. The 0-1 count. Down and away, 1-1. That was a fun series last year, and I wish it was a longer series, but that was a fun series last year, Red Sox and Yankees. We covered in the postseason. They're going at it tonight. I think it's the Crapplecast ball game. The 1-1 swing, fouls it back, it's 1-2. But it should be fun because it's going to be 1 o'clock first pitch. Or right, I want to say it's 1:05, 1:10, whatever it is. We're coming on the air at 12:45 tomorrow for the whole thing. But Yankees and Red Sox, and it's going to be back-to-back. Is the 1-2 in the dirt? 2-2. It's always dicey because Red Sox Yankees can be long games, but like I said, we'll be there till 10 minutes before first pitch, and then we'll jump over to the Braves. So we're hoping the whole thing gets in. Most of these baseball games are in within 3 hours. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase the slider off the plate, and there's one down. Did I just see a Joyce Robledo sighting? Joyce! I don't think I've seen you in a while. Good to see you, my friend. Braves 3, Rockies nothing. Harris, Murphy, both had RBI doubles in the last inning to bring home the first 2 runs. The pitch on the way, fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. And then Drake Baldwin singled Murphy home. Even Hassan Kim was on base. The 0-1 count, swing, slices it towards left field, making the running catch out there. Good catch out there by Mr. Yaz. And there's 2 down. Kelsey Wingert is now the sideline reporter, or whatever the term they use in baseball, but the dugout reporter, whatever you want to call it. She's now with the Colorado Rockies. She did such a phenomenal job in Braves country. It was a damn shame what they did to her. First pitch on the way is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Some of y'all may not remember her, but she was there for a few years and was a Braves country favorite. I mean, people loved her because she was from the South. Is the 1-0, chops a foul. I've kind of followed her career since then because I always thought she was genuine. She left that. She ended up going and doing some college football stuff, but it was more independent, and now she's back. I want to say she had another stop before the Rockies, but she's with the Rockies a few years now. The 1-1 count, swing, lifts it, high and deep, going back on the track at the wall, and at the wall, 75% of this great world is covered by water, the rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. He gave it a ride. And by the way, Charlie Blackman's side. We'll be back in a flash. That's who she's interviewing.
Do you think parenting is harder than it used to be?
Nice try. Next question.
I can't change the fact that my dad walked to school in the snow uphill both ways growing up in Phoenix. And some days as a dad, things feel not great.
The chance of a lifetime for Luis Gonzalez. 2-2, bottom of the ninth. Game 7 of the World Series. Bases loaded. Forward, center field. The Diamondbacks are world champions.
Don Mattingly's individual accomplishments over his first 4 seasons took the baseball world by storm, but the Yankees failed to make the playoffs in each of those years. Frustration around the team was beginning to grow, with no one angrier than the team's notoriously impatient owner, George Steinbrenner. And salary negotiations didn't help his relationship with his biggest star.
Arbitration are always kind of, who knows what's going to happen, right? He calls and it's like, hey, don't take it personal. It's just business. Whatever's said in there. He goes, it's just business. Well, I win, right? And then he comes out and says the farmers in Indiana and the taxi cab drivers aren't gonna. Not the All-American boy anymore. All I care about is money. And I was like, And I think what took it over the edge for me was the home run streak. He comes out and says something about all he cares about is records. And that kind of bothered me. And I just blew up one day in the papers about respect. You got to respect me as a man.
The back and forth subsided in '87, but erupted again in 1988, which led to swirling trade rumors.
What we need to do now is get focused and stop pointing fingers. You're a problem. You're a real problem.
Matt Olson, your batter, first pitch, swing and a miss. Takes a mighty hack at the bender down inside, slider, it's 0-1. Olson 0 for 1 with the strikeout on the day. The 0-1. Sedano. Turns and fires. Swing, fouls it back. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Yankees and Red Sox, by the way, they're scoreless in the third. Cam Schlittler's on the mound for New York tonight. I think it was Sandoval for. Tell you what's hard to believe is we're under a month before the postseason begins. The 0-2 pitch fouled back out of play. September 27th is the final day of the season, assuming there's no makeups on that Monday. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2. Giants are leading Skubal and the Tigers are leading the Schooled the Dodgers 1-0 there in the 6th. It's time to sell off that Dodger team. They got no chance. Break it down, put it all on waivers. We'll cherry pick what we need for the postseason. 1-2. Just got a piece of that splitter. I don't even know how he touched that. That ball looked like it fell way off the plate. Somehow he got a piece of it. It was funny. They were interviewing him in the dugout. Kelsey Winger was, and I was like, who is that? Like, why do I know his face? He's wearing Colorado Rocky gear, but he's not a player. Why do I know his face so well? It's old Charlie Blackmon that they were interviewing. 1-2. Swing, rolls it on the ground over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 put out. One away. I haven't looked it up, but I'm thinking he's just in there saying hi to everybody. He's from the Georgia area. He probably lives in the Atlanta area. They've got a Colorado Rocky shirt on him. He wasn't listed as a Rockies coach, so I think he's probably just a guess. I'll double check that and see if maybe they have added him. Righty-righty matchup upstairs. Ron Acuna Jr. takes it for a strike. Sweeper. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Whistles it up the middle. Off the glove of the backhanded attempt by Norby. And it's a single that just dribbles into the outfield for Ronald Acuna and your Atlanta Braves.
Vamos!
Bravo.
Vamos!
Bravo.
Okay, I see it now. He was hired as a special assistant to the Colorado Rockies as Acuna stands at first with one out. First pitch, they're going to flip it over to first real quick to keep Acuna close by. Harris, the batter. So he's probably one of those guys that doesn't live in Colorado, but he just kind of makes his appearances whenever he wants to. Or he may very well live in Colorado, but he probably doesn't travel with the team much. He was born in Dallas, but he played his college ball for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. As the pitch on the way is chopped on the ground, foul. Good bunt attempt there by Harris. Good idea, just didn't get it executed. The infield is playing back and to the right. They still are, so if Harris wants to do that again, I'd say go for it. I mean, it is going to take – the ball is going to have to go right back to the pitcher or just die in front of the plate. The 0-1, another bunt. Here comes the throw, and Sugano's on it as it bounced pretty close to him. He turns and fires, and there's two down. Acuna makes it over to second base, and a runner at second and two outs. So sacrifice bunt if you're marking it at home. Mauricio Dubon, the batter now, runner in scoring position where he normally shines. There are two outs, but I don't hate that. That's 1980s baseball is what you're looking at right there. First pitch on the way. Four-seamer inside, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, swing, laces it out to center field. That's down for a base hit. Here comes Acuna around to score, and your Atlanta Braves have a 4-0 lead. Good piece of hitting by Mauricio Dubon.
Pardon me, would you have any?
But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
First pitch on the way here to the Yaz. That ball's going to get smacked into center field. A hard hit ball right at the center fielder. So Dubon will have to stop at second base. And the Braves, first and second, 2 outs.
Yes, put everything on it. Don't hold back anything.
Yabba, dabba, do. Yahoo!
Sean Murphy coming to the plate. Sean Murphy. First and second, 2 outs. Murphy 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. The infield playing back and to the left. Huge hole in the right side of the infield. The first baseman was well off the line. First pitch. Swung on, fouled back out of play. It's a 1. In fact, Yaz, when he takes his lead, he is at least a third of the way down the line because that's where the first baseman is. There's no threat of them throwing him out. If he pokes that down the line, Yaz might score too. The 0-1 pitch, swing, fouls it back. It's 0-2. 0-2 count, 2 on, 2 out. 2 strikes, deuces wild here in Atlanta, Georgia on a Friday night. Braves are putting 2 deuces on the board, 4-0 your score. With 6 hits, Colorado Rockies, you guessed it, 2 hits. Zagano comes set. Pitch 62 of the night, by the way, and here it comes. Swing just got a piece of that to stay alive. And this can set the tone for the series as well. If you can get Zagano knocked out of the game, they're going to have to go to that bullpen that has been beleaguered all year long. You start wearing into that bullpen. Rockies obviously are not playing for anything at this point of the year. They may wave the white towel by Saturday night, Sunday morning. The 0-2, up and in, 1-2. You can never assume or demand a sweep in Major League Baseball. It's silly to even think that way. The game isn't designed that way. But man, it feels like anything less than a sweep against the Rockies at this stage in the season would be a letdown. The 1-2 count, down and away, 2-2. We've talked about it 100 times, but it's not as simple as college football where you've got the much better roster, so you're just going to wear them down. It's not any of these college sports where you usually have the teams with rosters that are so much better as the 2-2. Murphy caught looking, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But it does feel like the Atlanta Braves, with the Phillies on their back, need a sweep against Colorado. We'll be back in a flash.
Good afternoon, everybody.
What a day. I use a drink. Nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh?
So, how much do you drink?
I'd say I'm good for about 10 or 12.
10 or 12 a week? That's not bad.
About a week.
You drink 10 or 12 beers a day?
You counting beers, too?
How reckless of me. I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry.
She turned out to be a part-time model and a full-time pickpocket.
Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two. But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things.
You drinking anymore?
Oh, me? No, I quit drinking,
You
dude.
never gonna drink again?
Nope.
You wanna stop at the bar by the Chinese restaurant? Just get a quick shot, me and you, and then we'll go? Yeah, the bar they got in the back.
Oh, the Chinese bar? Okay. What's shaking?
All 4 cheeks and a couple of chins.
I thought you said they didn't have alcohol.
Run back to your mix master. Cook up a few more of these.
Cigarette?
No, I never touch them.
Yeah. I suck them down like Coca-Cola.
I expose people to magic. I expose them to something they're never otherwise going to see in their boring, normal lives. And I gave that to them. I may forget about them tomorrow, but they'll live with that memory for the rest of their lives. And that's a gift, man.
One of the women said that she was afraid she might OD.
I thought that was a limit drop. I didn't think it was tequila.
What's that got to do with me?
You and me are gonna have a small talk later on.
I'll be busy thinking of things to say.
Doesn't your wife ever complain that you never spend any time with her?
Would you?
Could you keep it down to a low roar? Some of us have to work.
Put that money down, pal.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
There goes the 2 weeks at camp. I promised the kids this summer.
My birthday, give me a beer, stick a candle in it, and I'll blow out my liver.
Here's to feeling good all the time.
Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
This crowd's back into it now.
Welcome back. See the stats I'm putting on your screen. Sean Murphy exited Wednesday's first plate appearance with 1 extra base hit and 45 at bats. He's gone 4 for 5 since with this scenario. First pitch on the way, 4-seam fastball, high and out of the zone, fouls it back. Goodman, the batter, it's 0-1. Braves lead it 4-0. And then, of course, you think about that, Mauricio Dubon leads the team with 54 RBIs with batters in scoring, with runners in scoring position. The 0-1 off the plate, 1-1 count. Braves would love to get 5 or 6 out of Holmes tonight. 1-1. Swing, rips it over to third. Easy play, making it look easy as Mauricio Dubon, 5-3 on the scorecard, and there's one down. That ball was ripped. A little bit of an atom ball, but nonetheless. Perfectly played by Dubon. First pitch swinging, Rumfield bangs it down the line, foul. It's 0-1. Good to see you, Jen. Hope you get to feeling better. The 0-1. Swing, lifts it out to left field. That's going to drop in front of the Yaz. Thought he was going to get to it, but Rumfield's on again. And it's a 1-out single for the Rockies. He walked his first time up. Led off the second with the walk, his second time up. A kid can hit. On his young season, he's got 13 home runs, and he's batting .291 now. First pitch on the way, change up outside wide. He's 1 out. You've got some really good bats there. You'd love to pluck one of them away during the offseason. Mickey Moniak, or they'd never give up Goodman. The 1-0, fouls it away, 1-0. They were rumoring to be trading Goodman beginning of the season, and it made at the beginning of the trade deadline, and it made no sense because the guy still has a very controllable contract. You would have to give up the moon and stars to get him. I mean, sure, anybody is tradable, but I didn't think that was within reason. 1-1, up and out of the zone, cutter misses. 2-1. 2-1 count. Swing, rips it up the middle. Backhanded by Ozzie. He's going to dribble it to second. Did the throw beat him? They're going to say he got him. Wow, Ozzie Albies. It was bad camera work, but it did appear that they did beat him. You couldn't see what the umpire called because of the camera work, but that's okay. We got the play made, and Ozzie Albies flashing the leather. It was a diving stop to the backhand. He scoops it out of his glove, shovels it with his throwing hand to Ha-Seong Kim, who was stretched out like a first baseman, and they barely got the speedy Rumfield 2 down.
On the whiz.
First pitch misses for a ball to Moniak. It's 1-0. Moniak, 21 home runs on the year. Another one of those good young hitters for the Rockies. The 1-0 pitch, swing, rolls it up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Ozzie could not get to that one, and there will be runners on the corners with 2 outs. Braves had the shift on. And it split the 4-6 hole perfectly. Yeah, Mark, that's what they tell you. They try to tell you Ozzy's not a very good fielder. I think he's above average. First pitch, swing and a miss. It's on one. The guy that used to make the most snipes about that, he's retired. He retired last year. But they all kind of make those little quips. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. 1-1 count. It's funny, they were asking about him on X today, wanting to know if anyone had seen him. I haven't seen him. I have no idea. I mean, I know the guy was a full-blown drunk. The 1-1 upstairs, outer edge, 1-2. Kind of surprised we haven't seen him in here. But he retired from writing for the Braves for years. And I don't even know if he was ABS challenged by the Rockies, and that will be a strike. So you can take one of them off the board.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
That
You're
just
wrong.
kissed the black. 94-mile-an-hour strike. The 1-2 pitch. Norby fouls it away. Slider. But what I remember about him is that when there wasn't a game the next day or whatnot, he'd get lit up and crank tunes on X. It's the 1-2 pitch, swing, chops it on the ground over third. Doobie's got it. It's a 5-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. And you would just flip over checking Brave stuff, and he'd be cranking up old rock tunes, whiskey glass and all. We'll be back in a flash. Kind of miss that guy. Braves lead it 4-0.
So you gonna take 40% of my paycheck in taxes? So you gonna take 40% of my paycheck in taxes? Most definitely. Mm-hmm. And then after you tax my check, you gonna tax me on anything I spend with the money left from my check that you already taxed. Oh, you getting it now? You this close. You this close to getting ready to chase the American dream. Do I own anything? No, y'all don't own. It's just a big lending system. We own everything, and we just sell you the illusion that you got something.
Right back on blitz is coming and the ball is loose. And the Giants have it. White was hammered by Bird, and he was the man who made the hit. Bird came up with the ball.
Well, Carl Banks is coming feet right in his face. He hits him square. The ball pops out. Jim Burt jumps on it. I don't know who you blame on that because no one blocked Carl Banks. You have to have the doctor check you after a play like that.
Mattingly today in one of the New York papers was quoted as saying that he didn't know if he was going to be traded or not. He says if he gets traded, so be it. But he also said he's not going to quietly take any slings and barbs from the Yankees owner any longer.
There was some real tension between Mattingly and Steinbrenner. There had been talk of a Will Clark-Don Mattingly trade.
Dallas Green's been named the manager, and Dallas calls me. He says, Donnie, do you want to be here? I said, yeah, I want to be here. But I said, but you got to treat me with respect. He goes, do you mind calling him? I go, okay, no problem. So I call him. And we have the same conversation again about respect. And he's like, well, fires off something is I'll trade you to Cleveland. That was one of the things. I'll send you to Cleveland. I said, you can send me anywhere you want, but you can't take the field from me. You can't change that part. And he said, well, good luck to you. And he hangs up. And I'm like, uh-oh, we're out of here. I think once I stood up for myself and said, hey, I'm not putting up with it. You can do whatever. That's when it was like, okay, we're good. It was over.
Welcome back. Hassan Kim, the batter. First pitch right there for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Down and away. Ball 2, 2-0. He's just one of the few NFL fans that I know that are in here. That's why I was asking. It wasn't anything super important. The 2-0 right there at the knees to him. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you saw that. I saw a glance of it last night. I think it was last night's game But we were in the middle of that Braves thing, and I just saw it. It was really cool. We came back from break, and the Braves and Dodgers were going, so I didn't even mention it. But the 2-1 pitch, swing, lifts it. Out to center field. It's going to be an F8 in your scorecard. And there's one down. They had these kids. I was confused at first because I didn't know what was going on. They had these kids on the sideline. And one kid was dressed like John Madden from the 70s, like literal garb. I'm talking about like polyester pants, the whole 9 yards. The other kid was dressed like Al Davis, and then they had a bunch of players behind him with the 1970s old school face mask, and they were doing like a hype video. It was hilarious. One of the things when you first look over, you're like, am I having a stroke? Like, what am I looking at here? I couldn't tell if those were when the first glance, I thought it was, it might have been coaches that were doing it. Because they were sitting right on the side, standing right on the sideline. Sugano's getting a visit from, I think it's his pitch comm system. Something's going on. Colorado's flashing into the dugout. There is a Chris Sale sighting. So he is alive after that unbelievable performance. I didn't even know if he would be out at the stadium tonight, man. I thought they'd have him in a hyperbolic chamber. Oh, you saw it too? Yeah, it was crazy, man. Because what throws you off, you're like, it's not Halloween. Like, what is going on? But it was really cool. I think the coolest part was these kids that were doing it, my guess would be, I don't know, 10 to 12 years old. And for them to have the detail to a T, they don't remember John Madden. They don't remember Al Davis. But all the costumes were to a T. Drake Baldwin digging in now as we start the at-bat. I think the pitch comm device is fixed. First pitch is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, 22 home runs on the year, 1 for 2 with the RBI single to Drake. Kicks and brings it. Swing and a miss, cutter. 0-2. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for Colorado. You wouldn't say that Grant Holmes has been dominant, but he has sprinkled those 4 hits across and kept him off the board against a pretty good offense in Colorado Rockies. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. 1-2 count. Infield back and to the right. Sugano comes set, brings it. Swing, rips it up the middle. And that's another base hit. And the Drake, baby, the Drake.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Rules the Drake.
The Drake is good.
Drake is good. A 1-out single. Worm burner up the middle. We got 1 on, 1 out. Ozzie Albies your batter. First pitch on the way, down and in. Sweeper. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. High and out of the zone, 4-seam fastball, 1-1. Phillies play later on tonight. They'll get started in a little over an hour. They're out in Los Angeles this evening. Unless they change it, they are going to let Andrew Painter pitch. I thought they would skip him in the rotation. The 1-1 swing. Fouls it down the line, 1-2. 1-2. Four-seam fastball high. 2-2. This will be pitch number 78 incoming from Sagano. They're trying to get him through 5. He looks exhausted. I don't think he's used to throwing in these warm temperatures. The 2-2. Dribbles it back foul. We'll do it again. So they got Detmers on the mound tonight for Los Angeles. That's a real winnable game for the Angels. The other two, not so much. It's Christopher Sanchez. It's Zach Wheeler. They're going up against Johnson and Kikuchi. Both guys are lesser thans than what Philly's rolling out there. Is the pitch in the dirt, full count. So I'm actually going to stay up and try to watch some of that game. I think that's the best chance of getting them upset in this series. And then they go to Arizona. In Arizona, we all know they're fighting for a wild card spot. Monday and Tuesday starters, you would give at least a push to Arizona as the 3-2 fouled away. Brandon Pfaadt is going against Nola. I would give Arizona the nod on that one. Luzardo versus Erod on Tuesday. That is a definite push. I mean, both of those are really good lefties. And then Painter's going on Wednesday. They haven't announced a starter for the Diamondbacks. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, chased a four-seam fastball off the plate. Strike 3. Definitely swung at ball 4. And he'll head back to the dugout, go back to the drawing board, and with Drake Baldwin at the plate, here comes Matt Olson. Ball just drifted away from him. That fastball had pretty good movement on it. That's one of those ones. It's easy to say that you would have not swung at it, but man, that would have been a hard pitch to lay off of. First pitch upstairs, four-seam fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and in. 1-1. One count. Sinker off the plate. 2-1. Matt Olson, second in the league with 37 home runs. Third in the league is standing behind him at the plate. You got 53 home runs standing at home plate right now. The 2-1 pitch, swing, lifted. High and deep into left field. Get up. It's going to die at the warning track. At the wall, just to the right of the 335 sign, and that'll end the inning. Braves 4, Rockies nothing. We go to the 5th with a 4-run lead.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The faces from the past. You've walked past them many times, but I don't think you've really looked at them. Go on, lean in. If you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Listen, you hear it? Seize the day, boys.
Hello. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
She did not drink the vodka. Because I drank the vodka.
Objection!
Please be seated, sir. This is not a courtroom.
Well, I object anyway.
October 11th.
October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th. I drank all of those days. I drank. I'm drunk now.
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
Then take it! It's yours!
Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them.
Guys tired?
I'll get all sleep I need when I'm dead.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again.
You damn dirty son of a...
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won by dying. You want it?
by making the other poor dumb bastard die.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, swiftly carry out thy command.
And this crowd's back into it now.
We gotta do something.
Absolutely.
You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We can't afford to have a toga party.
Toga, 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 toga.
Okay? All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Welcome back. Zach Veen, 1-for-1 with the single, stands at the plate. First pitch swinging. Taking a wild hack at a slider down and in. Grant Holmes. That was pitch number 59. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, rolls it on the ground. Past the glove of Ozzie Albies. And it's a leadoff single for the Colorado Rockies. Fifth hit of the night. He's had a couple of close calls, but all in all, Grant Holmes pitched a pretty good game so far. I mean, he is putting a little too many hits on the board, but he's only had the one walk, and that was a problem with him midway through the year, so you like to see that being worked out. His first pitch inside for a strike, it's 0-1. I still think that, assuming health, that's a big assumption, but assuming health, Grant Holmes is going to be a formidable weapon coming out of the bullpen in October as the 0-1. Chops it down the line, it's 0-2. It's going to be a different look than what we had the night shift in 2021, where you had all these guys that were just one-inning guys. Essentially, we pieced together what was, I mean, if you think about how they pieced that together, that was an incredible run. The 0-2 in the dirt, 1-2. We were up against it as it was with the injuries and the pitching staff, and then you had Charlie Morton break his leg in the World Series. We got introduced to guys like Dylan Lee in that postseason. Didn't even know who he was. The 0-1, or 1-2, excuse me, swung on, drilled into right field. That's due for a base hit, and that's going to be corner to corner, and trouble brewing for Grant Holmes. Runners at first and third, nobody out. That'll take us to the top of the order. This could be the third time through the order. This is usually where Grant Holmes struggles. He was behind on that pitch, but he did a great job on an inside-out swing on that. Didn't try to do too much with it. It was just under the diving glove of Matt Olson. That's 6 hits given up now by Grant Holmes. You would think they've got some action in the bullpen going. First pitch slider. Misses outside, it's 1-0. And there's no excuses tonight. The bullpen got the night off last night. Chris Sale going 9 innings. So Jake McCarthy, the batter, the 1-0. Outer edge, 2-0. 2-0 count. Infield back and to the right. The outfield deep and straight away. The 2-0 swing, rip towards right field. Acuna makes the catch. Flips it back into the infield for out number 1. On the play, the runner will score. And it's a 3-run game, 4-1. So that'll bring the number 2 hitter, Carrig, to the plate. He's 0 for 2 at the strikeout and flyout. Runner at first and 1 out. Got that big first out and kept the runner at first. Keep him out of scoring position. First pitch on the way is a 4-seamer. Outer edge, it's 0-1. They're going to challenge this. This is an interesting challenge because they only have 1 left. Carried the youngster. Just missed the zone. Man, was that close. The 1-0 pitch. Right there, outer edge, 1-1. He's complaining now. He's not going to challenge it. That one did hit the black. I wish he would have challenged that one because that one he would have lost. That one just touched the black. He's literally biting his lip right now. The 1-1 swing rips it up the middle. That's through for a base hit. Man, they have got a ton of base hits right in that spot tonight. And there's runners on first and third again and one out. Once again, we talk about it all year long, but if we're in a normal double play depth, that's a double play. But the Braves and many teams in Major League Baseball play a pull double play where the second baseman is basically in your normal second base range and the shortstop is standing next to the bag. If you're in a normal double play range, the second baseman and the shortstop are cheating both to the bag up the middle, and Ozzie would have stolen at least 2 or 3 of these hits tonight. So Goodman comes to the plate. He represents the tying run, and he comes in with 36 home runs on the year, one behind Matt Olson. The Braves don't appear to have anybody ready, so here we go. Third time through the order, which is normally the slider on the way, swung on, banged down the line, foul. It's 0-1. It's usually a rough go for Grant Holmes. It's a rough go for many pitchers that third time through the order. Major league batters see you for a third time, you usually get much better swings on it. That's why when you try to compare different eras, you can't compare it because used to 60s, 70s, 80s, pitchers would see a lineup 4 times. So you can't compare their numbers nor the hitters' numbers because it really is apples or oranges. The 0-1 pitch, swing, chops it on the ground through the hole, off the glove of Kim. It might have ricocheted off of Dubon as well, and we're going to have runners on the corners once again. Ball was smoked, and once again, Grant Holmes is getting smacked around. And if they don't get somebody, going to see here. Yep, it tipped off of Dubon's glove, and it ricocheted. If he doesn't touch it, Kim's going to stop it, and the ball's going to be... You're still going to have everybody safe, but nobody would have scored. It would have been bases loaded in a 3-run game. Instead, Rumfield, who's hard-hitting left-handed power bat, represents the go-ahead run. This thing is unraveled quickly, and the Braves are not ready in the bullpen. The 0-1. High and out of the zone, 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves still lead it by 2. A double play would get you out of the mess. Dylan Dodd is now warming up in the pen. But I doubt he's ready because if he was, or if he would have been at the beginning of this at bat, they would have went and got him. 1-1. Left-hander. Takes it down and in 2-1. On deck is Castro. Moniak is in the hole. That's probably who they're getting him ready for. Mickey Moniak does not hit left-handers nearly as well as right-handers. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing went around 2-2. But honestly, when those first couple of hits started, they should have had Dylan Dodd up and ready to face Rumfield. Grant Holmes trying to get himself out of this jam. A 2-2 count. 4-2 your score. 77th pitch of the night about to come his way as Rumfield steps out of the plate. Digging back in. Infield back into the right. Outfield deep and straight away. The 2-2. Slider in the dirt, and it's a full count. And you don't want to just beat up on Weiss and blame him for this, but I will say this. They know that when Holmes comes through that third time through the order, it's usually shaky. The 3-2. Swing chopper back up the middle, scooping it and flipping it. Kim making the smart play, getting the out, but the runner will score from third, and there's 2 down. So now a 1-run game as the Braves have coughed up 3 runs here in the fourth. And Castro, the batter. First pitch, swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball, it's 0-1. So what was once a comfortable lead is now a 1-run game. We still got a long way to go in this one. But I just feel like unless you're up by like 10, when it comes to Grant Holmes, that second time through the order, once he gets to the bottom, you better have somebody ready. You can't stand around and go, oh, I didn't expect this. One swing, fouls it down the line, it's 0-2. I don't know where that voice came from. Which way did he go? Which way did he go? The 0-2 count. Brings it. Curveball down and away. 1-2. Castro has been very hot after the All-Star break as the 1-2 down and in 2-2. By the way, Dodgers and Tigers are tied at 1. I think that game's in the 8th. I can't see it from here. Yankees lead the Red Sox 1-0 in the 5th. The 2-2. Swing rips it down the first base line, but foul. Plenty foul past the camera well, dribbling towards the ball boy next to the tarps. The 2-2. Grant Holmes digging in for one last pitch. Swing lifted high and deep into center field. Running over, making the catch is Money Mike, and that'll end the inning. 75% of this great world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. He'll be batting second when we return here in Braves country.
What is the origin of a hot toddy? And we know it as a drink of hot water, lemon and whiskey, sometimes brandy. But the origin started off in India when the first colonists went to India and they saw the locals drinking a warm drink, and it was made of palm sap with a load of herbs and spices, and it was comforting when they were poorly. So that's where it started, and it was called a taddy. Over time, the British who were there started enjoying the drink, and they started adapting it to their own personal tastes, and of course they started adding whiskey to it. The term toddy, as I say, comes from the Hindu word taddy.
We are combining two of the greatest, but also two of the most significant voices in the game's history. And the proof of that is that they went in together to the broadcasters wing of the Baseball Hall of Fame in the late 1970s. The first two winners of the Ford C. Frick Award, they couldn't be separated. They went in together.
And deservedly so. And coincidentally, they did share the same booth. 11 seasons together with the New York Yankees. They brought baseball in that transition from being an all-radio game to a radio TV game. And each of them brought a certain literal Southern style to broadcasting. Red grew up in Florida, and Mel Allen was from Alabama. Fit baseball perfectly.
We're going to start here with Red. This is the earliest sound we could find. Game 6 turns out to be the last game of the 1935 World Series between the Tigers and the Cubs. And the old redhead is calling it on national radio.
Falcon leads off second, 2 away. The pitch. Johnson swings. It's a soft hit into short right center field. Cochran round third. Comes into the plate. There comes a throw. It's the World Series. Cochran scores. Cochran scores. Goose Goslin sounds a sharp single to right center field. Scoring Cochran after 2 were out in the last half of the ninth. The The Detroit Tigers are champions of the world.
The BCR, your home, radio baseball. How the hell are you? 4-3 your score. Ron Acuna Jr. digging in. The first pitch from Sagana. Swing. That ball's lifted high and deep. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Off the wall. Here comes Acuna. Booking. Cooking. Here comes the head first slide. He is safe. And Ronald Acuna Jr. gets us going here in the bottom of the 5th inning with a 1-run lead.
Vamos!
Bravo.
Oh, doctor! Clutch your pearls and cover your eyes.
Bravo.
Here comes Acuna, the MVP type of Acuna. First pitch on the way to money. Mike is swung on. That ball is belted, smacked back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lamma, ding-dong. A 2-run shot.
You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle. It's all right. My name is Money Mike. All right, then. Use your ass. This ain't for play. I don't do this for fun. Might want to shave. Might want to shave somebody else. Never know.
351 happy feet later towards the chop house. And your Atlanta Braves have taken the lead back, doubled the score. It's 6-3. First pitch to Dubon. Taken for a ball low in the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Just below the knees, ball 2-0. It's a 2-0 count. Sagana said, you know, if I don't throw a strike, they can't hit that ball very hard. The 2-0 pitch. Four-seamer, top shelf, 2-1. Braves 6, Rockies 3. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Tomorrow afternoon, I keep wanting to say tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon, it's Martin Perez on the hill for Atlanta, the 2-1 pitch. Swing, rolls it up the middle, Warmberger, and that's another single, another base hit. We're a triple away from the cycle in this inning with nobody out. Mauricio Dubon.
Pardon me, would you have any... But of course. One of
That's
life's
it.
Pleasures.
Warren Schaefer, Rockies manager, is calling from the pen. I think they're going to go get a left-hander. Couldn't quite tell. He was tossing his gum on the field. We'll be back in a flash. Braves lead at 6-3 here on a Friday night in Braves country. Mark Manfredi, the left-hander. He's coming on with the 2.25 ERA, lefty-righty matchup, and they'll bring Lane Thomas in for the Yaz. First pitch on the way to life in the fast lane. Thomas is a slider right across for a strike. It's 0-1. Braves lead it 6-3. The 0-1. Takes and fires. Punches a four-seamer down the first base side, plenty foul. 0-2. Adam Duvall's doppelganger is batting .230 on the year. 11 home runs. Much stronger against left-handed pitching. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball. One down. One down and Sean Murphy coming to the plate. 6-3 your score. First pitch. Four-seam fastball misses in. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing lifted. High and deep. Going back on the track at the wall for a loud out, number 3. Man, oh man alive. Sean Murphy belted that one, but right to the 400-foot mark, just a few feet in front. He's seeing the ball much better than he has. That's for sure. He's in whatever Murphy has left in the tank, he's in the zone right now. Hassan Kim, speaking of guys who are just carrying this team. Step into the box, lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Sweeper upstairs. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing! Whistles it back foul. 0-2. The 0-2 count. Swung on and knocks back the four-seam. We'll do it again, 0-2. That one smacked up against the screen behind home plate. Braves 6, Rockies 3, 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Atlanta, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Colorado. The Braves tack on a few more runs. They may send Holmes back out there. If not, it'll be up to the bullpen to hold this lead right now, heading to the 4 innings. Is the 0-2 pitch, pop up. That's going to be a can of corn over by second base, and just like that, the threat is ended. But not before your Atlanta Braves put 2 on the board. Money Mike making it do what it do. 6-3, we go to the 6th.
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
By the way, I got scammed this morning.
No.
Yes. I got an email with the Order Power and Light logo
I'm gonna need you
that
to chill
said,
out with believing in me, bro. You making me
by the way,
nervous.
I got
That's
scammed this morning.
No.
Yes. I got an email with the Order Power and Light logo that said, you did not pay a down payment of X amount of dollars. You send a guy out today. If it's not paid within 30 minutes, we're going to shut your power down. 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
And I bit the hook.
You fell for that?
And I called the number like an idiot. And then finally I snapped. I go, I know you are a monopoly. I've been here for 20-some plus years. I pay on time, and you're going to send a guy out and shut my power down in 30 minutes? That is baloney.
Can I ask you one question, Keith? The guy you got on the phone, was he a Nigerian prince?
No, he wasn't. He had a Spanish accent, and I just snapped on him. Called my banking institution, and Lillian, a representative down in Florida, and she just said, Keith, no. It was early in the morning, and I just had one cup of coffee. And
Top 9 closers of all time, starting with number 9.
His motion was so unorthodox and his ball moved so much onto right-handed hitters that he became almost unhittable.
He started upright, but he threw underhand like one of those girl softball players. He would lean to his right real low, his knuckles would be close to the ground, and he just throw the ball and let it sink.
Back in the late 70s and early 80s, there wasn't a lot of submarine-type pitchers, and Quisenberry closing for the Royals was certainly the best one in the game at that time.
Not only did he have pinpoint control, he was just unbelievable.
Quiz led the league in saves 5 times, including a stretch of 4 straight years.
He just had a tremendous knack for inducing ground balls.
We had a nickname for Dan when he pitched for the Royals, 30-30-30. 30 saves, 30 strikeouts, and 30 great plays behind him by Frank White.
Frank White, what a play! Quisenberry set the major league record with 45 saves in 1983, and he did so with what seemed like a rubber arm.
I just remember him coming out there all the time. You know, he was just durable.
First pitch to Moniak, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. Dylan Dodd, the pitcher, swung on that ball. It's cracked into right center field off the wall, and around and around and around we go. It's going to be a leadoff double for the Rockies in this old-fashioned shootout. Start the 6th inning. So 6-3 your score. Dylan Dodd now to face Norby, then Veen and Tovar. First pitch swinging, pops it up, but stay in play. Murphy gives chase behind the plate. It'll bend into the crowd. Dylan Dodd. Coming in with an ERA 2.14 on the year and 40 appearances, 26% strikeout rate. The year one. Swing and a miss upstairs. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Sinker misses high, 1-2. The 1-2. Cutter misses down and away. Ball 2, 2-2. I was thinking about this earlier this week, but Iglesias is going to be free agent once again this season. Do the Braves just pivot and make Diddy their closer and not worry about stretching him into a starters? The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. One away. I know that's a strange concept because, especially for Atlanta, usually they like to take their youngsters and develop them into starters, but he is so good in the back of that bullpen. It'll be a shame to lose him back there, to be honest. No matter how good he is as a starter, you're going to miss that daily ability to go back to that pen and grab him. Y'all missed the news today. Braves got nothing but bad news on the injury front for their pitching staff as the cutter misses down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Hurston Waldrop is set to have Tommy John surgery. We'll see you in 2028 at best case scenario. 1-0. Swung on and lifted. High and deep into right center field. Underneath it is Harris for a high out number 2. Spencer Schwellenbach is going to have surgery again. Basically the same surgery he had beginning of the year. And he's obviously done for the season. Best case scenario there that he's ready for whenever the season starts after the lockout in 2027. And it doesn't sound like, we pretty much already knew it, but it's been confirmed essentially that we won't see Spencer Strider either as the 0-1 swing and a miss. It's 0-2. I do think that it's time to scrap the idea of Spencer Strider in the rotation and make him a bullpen guy. And maybe you flip-flop the two of them. Put Diddy in the rotation, have Spencer be a bullpen guy. The 0-1 pitch, swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Underneath it is Acuna, and he'll make the catch. Man, there's some high outs tonight. Starting to think Tree Nug's pitching. We'll be back in a flash. 6-3, good guys. Bottom of the 6th we go.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sick of this. Kind of off and a little offended. Someone had the audacity to tell me that the world doesn't revolve around me. Baby, without me, this world ain't moving.
I just kept hearing it. I'm ducking and everything. Died in the house. I got scared. I dropped my hot pocket.
A slight chance of some it's rain. It's going to bring a possibility of some rain that will be moving into our area.
Over the last 2 years, hundreds have landed in the Summit County Medical Examiner's office.
My brother used to break in our house and steal the TV.
But now he's dead.
Here's some other great town names. Lititz.
Oh, it's Lidditz.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today.
The hard-earned truce ended up leading to talks for a long-term deal for Mattingly in the spring of 1990. When he signed the 5-year contract, he became the highest-paid player in the game and set to remain the face of its most storied franchise, for better and for worse.
Obviously, he's the beloved figure. It's the kind of guy who generally spends his career as a Yankee, and the contract pretty much assured that that would happen. But then right away, like in 89, they were a bad team. They finished like 10 under. But in 90, they hit the pits.
The Yankees' worst start in years and years, worst record in baseball.
Almost like the frame that was surrounding the Mona Lisa was starting to chip. It didn't fit that Don Mattingly would be on a bad team, but it was slowly becoming that.
He kind of bears the brunt because he's the constant as this team goes from being a perennial contender to just going down the tubes.
Your home with a classic called Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Good guys on top, 6-3. Lefty-lefty matchup. Drake Baldwin leading us off in the first pitch on the way. His sweeper down and away. It's 1-0. Manfredi's still back out there on the mound for the Rockies. That was his 10th pitch of the evening. They're probably going to leave him in to face through Matt Olson, I would think. Is the pitch right there, 1-1. It's Drake, Ozzie, and Olson if they get the line moving. Acuna and Harris. The 1-1 count. Swing, whistles it right past the pitcher in a line drive out to Tovar. He's made some impressive defensive plays tonight. 1 away. L6 in the scorecard if you're keeping track at home. Righty lefty here, first pitch. Ozzie Albies takes a slider upstairs, and they're going to challenge that. They do have one challenge left, and I do believe he's going to get that one. And he did. Tom Hanahan has had his usual bad night behind the plate. Believe it or not, he's one of the younger umpires like you expected. Well, is it bad eyesight? Is he getting old? No, he's just blind as a bat's ass. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it away. 0-2. I still say most of these guys that are bad behind the plate, you watch them, and it's the way they position themselves. And I don't understand because they go to all these schools to learn how to do it the right way, the 0-2, outside wide, 1-2. You're going to miss one from time to time. That's going to happen. It's not perfect because you can't be everywhere. You have to guard yourself, and you have to be in certain spots. But when they got rid of the protectors, the 1-2, swing, rips it into left center field. That is down for a base hit. Ozzie Albies, he's booking, he's cooking. Here comes the head first slide, and they got him. His hand came off the bag as he was sliding in. Couldn't hold the bag. And a good tag play there by Norby, 2 down. Really good throw out there by McCarthy, former Arizona Diamondback. I don't hate the aggressiveness there. It was going to take a perfect play. And if he holds the bag, he's going to be safe. They are challenging this. But what it looks like, let's see. Ozzie makes a good swim move, no doubt. But the problem is when his hand hits that bag, unless that glove comes off, you're looking at it. It just looked like that left hand came off, and he kept applying the tag, tapping his legs, and at some point he's out. But I don't hate that because you're trying to force the action. It was a good attempt by Ozzie. Problem is when you do that swim move, that's that arm that's going to slow you down. And so you're going to need like cocaine nails to hold on to that bag because he's flying by it. And the momentum just took him off the bag. Unless it'll be interesting. They did call him out. Okay, play does stand. It just looked like at some point the hand had to come off the bag. So Ozzie's down. He'll get the single if you're scoring at home, but it's a 7-4 putout. He would score that 1B7-4. Matt Olson digging in, lefty-lefty. Pitch off the plate, slider misses. It's 1-0. One and 1. 1-1 count. Matt Olson 0 for 3 on a night where the Braves have already scored 6 runs. 1-1 inside. 2-1. The 2-1 outside wide. 3-1. Seems like every time we get a lead, someone comes in here jinxing it. Goes, all right, it's over. I think that's just Tom grabbing the money line on the opposing team. The 3-1 pitch, swing, pops it up into right center field. That ball's going to drop for a base hit, and Matt Olson is on the hit parade. It'll look like a hot shot tomorrow morning. It was a bloop, a seeing eye single, whatever you want to call it. And we got a runner on.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
A lot of high pop-ups tonight from both teams. Good effort out there by Veen, the right fielder. He laid out, couldn't get to it. First pitch swinging by Acuna. He'll smack it into left field. It's down for a base hit, and he's added another hit to the hit column for the Braves.
Bravo.
That's his third hit of the night, 3 for 3 for Acuna. That's all he needed was a night off. And Money Mike comes to the plate.
Bravo.
Manfredi, who I do believe they're going to leave in. Maybe not. Let's see what this is. They might be just going over the scouting report. This appears to be Alan Leichman, the pitching coach. And it is. Manfredi's only at 22 pitches. After this, you got a couple of right-handers. This might be his last batter come hell or high water. So Harris comes to the plate. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. They'll be running on contact. Infield back into the right, outfield deep and straight away. First pitch, swing. Whistles the four-seam fastball behind the plate. It's on 1. The 0-1. Braves 6, Rockies 3, bottom of the 6th inning. Kicks and fires, swing, rips it towards left field, but running back towards the track is McCarty to make the catch for a hard hit out number 3. Braves are kept off the board this inning. We'll go to the 7th inning, clinging to a 3-run lead here in Braves country.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna need you to chill out with believing in me, bro. You're making me nervous. That's so much pressure, man. Imagine walking through life like, man, I'm never gonna be anyone, man. I'm just gonna be mundane and just live my life to the emptiest. You know what I mean? And here comes old Joe, like, man, I've been seeing you. I just know there's so much more you're capable of, man. I believe in you. Shut your ass up, Joe. You don't know nothing about me, man. Quit telling me you believe in me, bro, cause then I'm gonna go try. And then I'm gonna go fail. And then I gotta keep trying because I gotta prove you right. Leave me alone, bruh. That's all I'm saying. I don't need to be out here motivated. I just need to be, tear me down, break me down. Just tell me I ain't nobody. Then I can live my life a little easier trying to prove you raised them expectations for me. Now I'm scared. Now I'm like, what am I missing? Why you got better vision than me, brother? Bruh.
No one in the history of the game has more saves than Trevor Hoffman.
Trevor Hoffman probably is setting records that may never be broken.
Trevor Hoffman has become the all-time saves leader in Major League Baseball history.
This guy makes it look like it's a walk in the park.
And Trevor's tremendous career numbers can be attributed to his devastating fastball changeup combination.
Struck him out, and that's the ball game.
To try to hit a fastball, regardless of the velocity, and to back it up with a changeup that's like 12 miles an hour or slower is just so difficult to do.
Change, strike 3 call.
Consistency has obviously been a Trevor trademark, and he's worked hard to maintain his success.
He's relentless in his workout and his routine.
40 saves in 9 different seasons. Another big league first.
500 saves for Trevor Hoffman.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. Ray Kerr on for the Atlanta Braves. 3-run lead, top of the 7th. First pitch is a banger down the right field line for a strike. It's 0-1. I'd say this is a situation they are trying to get him some work. He hasn't pitched much. The 0-1 to Kerr. Ooh, that's not going to get it done. Hits him in the elbow. The sinker. And trouble's a brewing. Tying run is now going to come to the on-deck circle. Braves lead it. Six to 3. That's why you always need to get every insurance run you can get, because you never know when they're going to decide to play with their food. Good to see you, Yelton. So lefty-righty matchup now, and Carrick the batter. First pitch way high out of the zone. It's 1-0. Standing on deck. I mean, this is the most dumbfounding part of this. Standing on deck is Hunter Goodman. Power hitting right-hander with 36 home runs. And you put your lefty in, clinging to a 3-run lead. That's the question mark. I don't have the question of getting him some work at some point, but you're kind of setting him up for failure. The 1-0. I'd love a double play. Infield back into the left. The 1-0 pitch. Swing. Pop up. High and deep down the right field line, giving chases Acuna. Making the sliding catch. Ronald Acuna Jr. doing it all tonight. How about that? One away. Put that one in the highlight reel. Wowza. He had a long way to go in a short time to get there.
Bravo.
Sliding grab as he went into right field foul territory area. First pitch swinging by Goodman. Man, he came out of his shoes on that one. He's sitting at 36 home runs. He was trying to get to 40 on that one swing. It's 0-1. Tying run still on deck, right where we want to keep him. In the form of Rumfield, another good slugger that the Rockies have. The 0-1. Swing rips it into left field. That's through for a base hit. So the tying run will come to the plate. Runners on first and second. One out. And here comes Rumfield. TJ Rumfield, the left-handed bat. Has an OPS of 823. Lefty-lefty, first pitch upstairs, four-seam fastball, it's 0-1. Double play depth for the infield, back into the right. Huge hole on the left side. Dubon by his lonesome, cheating towards third. The 0-1 right there. Four-seamer. It's 0-2. Castro stands on deck. We've told you he's been red hot since the All-Star break. That's why he's up in the lineup. He is TJ Rumfield, by the way, this slugger, 6'5", 238-pounder out of Richmond, Virginia. 6'5", 238. James Ray, he says he wants to talk to you outside about something. I'm not getting involved. The 0-2. Outside and out of the zone, 1 and 2. Just 26 years old. He was drafted by the Phillies. Thankfully, they traded him away. They won 2. Right there on the outer edge. Man, that looked close. I'm surprised Sean Murphy's not challenging that. It did hit the zone, by the way. They're showing it on the Rockies cam. Sometimes they show it on the Braves cam, sometimes they don't. Yeah, they didn't show it on the Braves cam. The 2-2. Outside wide, full count. That was one of my favorite things to tell my buddies when we used to go out drinking. You see some big son of a gun and go, hey, man, that guy wants to talk to you outside about something. I don't want to get involved. Something about you and his girlfriend, I don't know. The payoff pitch. Come on. He's finally going to challenge. Are they going to let him? Because Sean Murphy played with his food. They're not going to let him challenge. He waited too long. You can't wait that long, son. He stood there and stopped, thought about it, and then tapped his helmet. You can't do that. There for a few outings, Sean Murphy was tapping his helmet quickly. Instead, he you know what his problem is? He's a dinosaur that is still trying to forget that it's not all about getting that frame. It's about if they call it a ball, you got to immediately tap your helmet. He's still trying to frame it well after the catch. Hefner goes out there to talk to him, but the bases are juiced. The first pitch on the way to Castro, swung on and popped up. High in the sky into center field. This should score the run from third. Here comes the throw. They're going to throw it to third base instead to keep the runners at first and second, and it is 6-4 Rockies. So sac fly RBI, Willie Castro. Honestly, that's probably the best thing that you can ask from Willie Castro. Month of August, he has an 854 OPS. But here comes Mickey Moniak. Left-handed power hitter. Sitting in with 21 home runs. First and second, 2 outs. The first pitch, swing. Chops it down the line, foul. It's 0-1. When we get to Tuesday, September 1st, 40-man rosters, and you have to declare 28 each day, you won't see as much of this having to use certain guys on different days because you're going to feel like you can use whoever you want and get the other ones work on the side, the 0-1. Inside, 1-1. But right now, that's where they're at, and I just think they felt like Ray Kerr hadn't pitched in a while, and they wanted to get the... He has warmed up a couple of times over the last week. The 1-1. P at the knees. Sinker. 1-2. Ray Kerr, this is his first outing since the Minnesota series way back on August 19th, so 9 days. 1-2 count. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He did not hit his spot. They were set up on the outside, but he got his man. Good job, Ray Kerr, hanging in there. We'll be back in a flash. 2-run lead. We go to the bottom of inning number 7. Right-hander Juan Mejia coming in for the Rockies. Juan Mejia, 26-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. 6'3", 210-pounder. Second year with the Rockies. Mauricio Dubon will be leading us off. 6 runs, 13 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Colorado. Braves cling to a 2-run lead. Mauricio Dubon is 2 for 3 on the night. First pitch, right down Main Street, bringing that heat, 95 miles an hour. Ripping and clicking, it's 0-1. The 0-1, swing, lifted, high, not particularly deep into right field. Underneath it, making the easy catch is Veen, and there's one away. Braves looking for some breathing room here. Righty-righty matchup, and Lane Thomas takes it off the plate, 4-seam fastball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Down and away. Ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 count. He's gone 4-seam, 4-seam. Bringing it, swing, lifts it. High into the infield, can of corn. And it's going to be an F3 as Rumfield makes the catch. 2 down. Sean Murphy, the batter. 1 for 3 on the day. Put a couple of good swings on the baseball tonight. Flew out to center's last time up. He gave that one a ride. He did strike out in the third. First pitch is swung on and lifted out to right field, and that ball's going to get down where the green grass grows, up against the wall. Sean Murphy, with his blinding speed, will stop at first base, and it's a long single for your Atlanta Braves.
Murphy's me. I must call an emergency meeting.
Don't try to fool me.
Not many guys can say they can hustle out of the box, smack it up against the wall, and barely get to first before the ball hits the infield. That's where we're at. Sean Murphy and those knees, man. I feel for him because every time I see him run, my knees start barking just watching him run. Ha-Seong Kim, the batter, first pitch. Drops a sweeper in there on the hands. It's 0-1. 83 miles an hour sweeper. So about a 14 to 15 mile an hour difference on his top fastball. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, fouls back the 97 mile an hour four-seamer. 0-2. 2 down. If nothing else, what that did for Murphy was, or the Braves, what Murphy just did there is he cleared the number 9 hitter for the 8th inning to go back to the top of the order. The 0-2. Strike 3. They're going to call strike 3. He's going to challenge us. I don't think that hit the zone. Ha-Seong Kim, he's actually been pretty good on the challenges, even with all his struggles, and he is correct. he's missed calls off the plate like that pretty consistently all night long on both sides, righties and lefties. The 1-2, swing, pop up. The only reason why you don't love Kim challenging that, there's 2 outs, Murphy's your runner. So you're going to have to piece together at least one more hit unless Kim goes yard to make that worth it. But he got it right, so no harm, no foul. The 1-2. Swing, rolls it on the ground over to third. They're going to go the short way with Murphy running, and that's going to be a 5-4 putout, and that'll end the inning. Braves lead it by 2. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Thank you, Uncle Charlie. 6-4 your score.
We accept that water. We accept that water.
Shut up! Oh my God, I don't care!
We're 6 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
And losses become wins. You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you've probably seen a couple.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Welcome back. First pitch is a cutter out and away from Victor Medeiros, who's on to try to keep the Rockies right where they're at. 6-4 your score. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swung on and chopped down the third base line. 1-1. 6 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Colorado Rockies. Braves led it 4-0. Gave up 3 in the 5th to make it 4-3 as the 1-1. Off the glove of Murphy, cutter rolls away to him. Braves answered back with 2 in the 6th. The Rockies added 1 in the 7th, and that's where we stand. 6-4 your score. The 2-1 pitch. Medeiros high and inside. 3-1. What he's trying to do here is he's trying to give everybody else a break and go Medeiros to Iglesias. They haven't used Iglesias in a few days. You think about the usage that was put on. The pitch on the way, swing, chopper back to the mound. Medeiros has it, flips it to first, and that's out number 1. Good piece of fielding there by Medeiros as he came off the mound, had to regain his balance and flip it to first. When you look at the way they're trying to set it up, they're trying to stay away from everybody. I would assume that Iglesias is going to be there to close. And then you really reset your pen for the weekend. Nobody pitched last night. In a pinch, they could go get guys. I'm just telling you where Walt Weiss's mindset is at. I'd say they would try to stay away from Diddy because he pitched quite a few pitches the last time he was out. First pitch swing and chops it off the ground foul. It's 0-1. And with Dylan Lee, they may just be trying to reset him. Sometimes we don't see what goes on behind the scenes and wonder why their guy's not getting used. And he was so bad the other night, but that's the only time he's come out this year he's been that bad. He could have a bullpen session off to the side to try to find out what was wrong. In the dirt, 1-1. Yankees lead the Red Sox 1-0. Looks like that's in the top of the 8th. We'll have Yankees-Red Sox tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, 12:45 we come on the air, followed by Braves-Rockies at 4. The 1-1 check swing. Did he go around? He did. 1-2. 1-2 count. Medeiros bringing it. Swing. Bangs it down the line, foul. 95 on that one. Blue Jays lead the Mariners 8-1 in the 9th. Astros 3-1 over the Mets in New York City. Rangers trail the Brewers 4-1 in the 7th, so we're not getting any help there as far as the overall record chase. 1-2. Misses high 2-2. White Sox 6, Twins 4. Big series in the AL Central. Cardinals over the Pirates in the 5th, 3-1. Phillies and Angels just getting underway, scoreless in the bottom of the 1st. So are the Orioles and the A's. The 2-2 in the dirt, splitter, 3-2. Dodgers did end up winning against the Tigers, so we're not going to get any help there tonight. Rays beat the Padres. Royals down the Guardians. Nats toppled the Marlins. Reds beat the Cubs in Wrigley. 3-2. Just misses outside. Murphy's challenging this one. That one looked like it may have missed. It's a good frame. And it did miss.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
That might be an ego one for Murphy. Still mad about the one that definitely would have been a strike. He was just too late calling it the other last inning. Six to 4 your score, 2-run game. Runner at first. Troy Johnston coming in. Pitch hitting for Tovar. The number 9 hitter. Righty-lefty matchup. Good lead over at first. The first pitch, swing, lifts it. High, deep. Left field coming in, making the running catch for out number 2. Lane Thomas, good running catch there, saving Michael Harris some legs. 2 down. Two down and back to the top of the order. Jake McCarthy, the batter. Righty-lefty, first pitch. Cutter outside the zone. 1-0. McCarthy, 0 for 2 on the day. He's been hit by a pitch. He had a sac fly. The 1-0 swing rips it into right field. That's down for a base hit. That'll get the runner over to third. Runners on the corners and 2 outs, and now the go-ahead run. Carrig is coming to the plate. You got Goodman on deck. This is a big at-bat here for Victor Medeiros to get out of this jam. You don't want to send Hunter Goodman to the plate, third in the league with 36 home runs. Representing any way you cut it, would be representing a go-ahead run. So Carrig, who has 6 home runs of his own. Righty-lefty matchup. Cole Carrig. 792 OPS, so he's got pretty good pop. 36 RBIs, 227 at bats. First pitch, swing, rips down the right field line, but thankfully just foul. It's 0-1. He's not placing that four-seamer like he normally does. He's getting way too much of the plate, and they are smoking him. The 0-1. Brings it. Splitter inside. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. 2-run game. Huge at bat here with Hunter Goodman standing on deck. Rumfield is in the hole, so it doesn't get any easier. The 0-2. Swing over towards Ozzie. Ozzie backhands it. Jumps to his feet. Fires it to first, and he gets him by a quarter step, and that'll end the inning. I think the Rockies are going to challenge it. Carrig is convinced that he beat it out. He threw his helmet in the air. And we'll see what's going on here. I think they are going to challenge it. They are. So we'll stay here with you. It's extremely close. Ozzie had that ball drilled. He got to his feet and double clutched through the ball. And, oof, that is so close. I have to see that again. Yeah, he's safe. It's going to be a one-run lead. Ooh, so close. Ty goes to the runner so close, but most likely they're going to overturn that. And you're going to have Hunter Goodman. If Ozzie doesn't double clutch that, he probably gets him. He just didn't have a good grip on the ball, so he had to. Tell you what, man, that kid was. He's calling him out. We'll take it, but he was safe. We'll be back in a flash. Bob the 8th we go. Let's get the hell out of here before they change their mind. And yeah, they're going to come out there. Yeah, there's going to be some fireworks in the middle innings.
People often ask, what's the best way to handle a coworker who doesn't know when it's time to stop talking? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time. Now it's time to shut the up, ho!
I don't know what's going on. I'm waiting for you guys to praise me.
What?
Why? Because I'm doing something anti-racist, and I think I deserve praise for that, do I not?
You don't get praise for telling people you're not racist.
Then why am I doing it?
Hey, baby, I'm back from the store.
Hey, babe, thank you. What is this?
This is what you asked me for.
I asked you for feminine products. Babe.
Yeah, and not only did I get you that, but I saved us money in the process.
Babe, this is cotton rolls and toilet paper.
Yeah, you remember the other day when I asked you for cigarettes and you brought back tobacco and rolling paper?
Yeah, it was cheaper.
Yeah, well, I figured if I gotta roll mine, then you gotta roll yours.
Get out!
Baby, I was saving us money! I was saving us.
As the club hit rock bottom, the back issues that had begun to plague Mattingly a few years earlier resurfaced, then worsened.
Don Mattingly sitting out his second straight game. Yesterday, in early batting practice, he felt a twinge in the back.
I'll never forget this. We're in Cleveland, and he had to leave the team because his back blew out. That was the beginning where it became a habitual thing. And then you could see he wasn't swinging with the same torque. He was kind of swinging with management.
Pretty much only with his hands.
There's no snap in the swing or anything.
Well, it goes to show you his back problems.
Oh, sure. He's just not hitting from that deep crouch like he used to when he was putting up those Lou Gehrig type numbers.
I think the difference was if a ball went up in the air,
There's a high drive deep to right field.
you weren't sure if it was going out.
Back to the wall. He waits, and he's got it.
And it usually did.
What happens to his Hall of Fame credentials, which were so brilliant his first 5 years or so?
His last 6 years, he's averaging only 10 homers a year, and seasons where he had as few as 5 home runs. You know, for a first baseman, that's not really acceptable power output, and when he didn't have that, his value suffered, and the Yankees suffered for it.
Welcome back. I'll tell you what, man. Carrig is still ticked off about that. The center fielder that was safe at first, they called out and then they confirmed it. I can't blame him. We'll take it, though. Braves lead it by 2. First pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin's right there at the knees. It's on 1. He's still complaining about it. Johnson will stay in the game and play right field. The 0-1 pitch. Outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Curveball inside. 1-2. Infield playing back into the right. Bernardino, the left-hander, on for the Rockies. The 1-2. 2-2. I mean, as soon as they came back from the Colorado break, they had put the camera right on Carrick out in center field, and he was still whining and moaning out there. The swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 down. And I mean, I looked at it 2 times during the break after he was safe. I don't know what they were looking at. Unless they just didn't have the right look, the right view, I don't know, but he was safe. I noticed the Braves didn't re-show it when we came back from break. They wanted to go ahead and sweep that under the rug. Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch, down below the knees. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Slow curveball across the plate. 1-1. Surprised Ozzie didn't slap that one. That thing hung out. That was a cement mixer. 1-1 count. Turns and fires. Up and in sinker. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing. Slaps it down the line, foul. Olsen on deck. Acuna in the hole. The 1-2 pitch, swing, chopper back to the mound. Should be an easy toss. It is. Kind of a high throw, but on target. 2 down. Two up, 2 down. Angels have a 2-0 lead, by the way, against Philadelphia. Y'all weren't with us earlier. What I was saying is that of all the games that they play against the Angels this weekend, the Phillies have the best chance of losing tonight. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Of course, you can never predict that in baseball, but by the numbers on the starting pitching. The 0-1 count. Kicks and fires. Outside wide. Olsen 1 for 4. Had a seeing eye single, blooper into right field his last time up. It's 1-1. It's now 3-0 as they head to the second inning in Los Angeles. So good news there. 1-2 to Olsen. Magic numbers at 24. So if this holds and that holds, we'll come in tomorrow for the Yankees-Red Sox doubleheader. The Braves at 22. The 1-2. Swing, hits it on the ground. Hard hit ball, but right to the first baseman. Rumfield steps on the bat. Braves go down in order. 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the 9th. It's eyeglasses time here in Braves country.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again. And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners. Okay? Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it!
One game. Tonight, we stay with them, and we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great team. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
All we need to win are the fellas in this room right now. And all you fellas need to do is believe it. Believing that things can get better, that I can get better, that we will get better. To believe in yourself, to believe in one another. If each of you can truly do that, can't nobody rip that apart.
Everybody wrote us off. Everybody. And yet here we are, 40,000 people out there have also written us off. And there are a few out there who do still believe in you. If you'll never give up on it. If you go back out on the field, those are the people I want in your minds. Those are the people I want in your hearts. Every man at some point in his life is going to lose a battle. He's going to fight and he's going to lose. But what makes him a man is that in the midst of that battle, he does not lose himself. This game is not over. This battle is not over. So let's hear it one more time. Together, clear eyes, full hearts.
Let's go!
And this crowd's back into it now.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Welcome back. I don't see anybody answering, so I'm assuming it was okay. I didn't see them on when we went to break. I didn't see it. So sometimes when they have reviews, there's just dots all over the place. When I looked up during this last break, there were dots all over the place, but I guess that was just because they left the field. First pitch from Raisel Iglesias is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Thank you, Charlie. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Outside wide, 1-1. Hunter Goodman, the batter. And he did it on both because I always have a backup to be able to see the whole field. Because it's really not a very good view, the one I use for y'all to see. Mine's very far pulled back so I can see the entire field. And I noticed it was on both ends. I was like, man, did that ever come back up for y'all? The 2-1 count. Outside wide, 3-1. They're in my peripheral, but y'all's view is directly below the actual game itself. So I try to keep an eye on it pretty regularly, but sometimes I get locked into what's going on the field. The 3-1 pitch swing, chopped through the middle, and that's going to be an infield single for Hunter Goodman. Not a hard hit ball, but by the time Ozzie got to it, had a lot of top spin on it. Honestly, it looked more like it was hit by the tennis racket with a ton of top spin getting over the net. Looked like it went right off the end of the bat. And runners on first with nobody out. Tying run coming to the plate in run field, and that's a problem. He can swing it. First pitch, change up off the plate wide. It's 1-0. Goodman's getting a pretty good sized lead over there at first. The infield with the left-handed power hitters back and to the right. The outfield deep and straight away. The 1-0. Right there, four-seamer, 1-1. You'd like to see a clean inning by Iglesias. He's had some bumps along the way these last few outings. All in all, he's had a great year. It was the 1-1 pitch inside. Man, that looked like that hit the zone. Sean's not going to challenge it. 2-1. 2-1 count. Off the plate, 3-1. That ball definitely hit the zone. I'm looking at the replay on it right now. The 3-1 count. Dangerous spot here because you got Castor, who's been red hot, standing on deck, and Mickey Moniak with 21 home runs in the hole. The pitch, four-seamer at the knees, full count. This is where Iglesias likes to go to the changeup. Get you to chase one, but you don't want to put runners on first and second, nobody out. can't really take nerves of steel to throw one out of the zone here, hoping somebody would chase. The payoff pitch. Swing, rips it over to Olsen. Olsen's got it, fires it to second, brings it back, and that's a 6-3 rally killing double play, 2 down. Big play over there by Olsen. Good feed and return by Ha-Seong Kim. The Braves dugout is standing up, rooting their guys on. They just got a big round of applause there. That was as smooth as it gets on both sides. Olsen to Kim to Olsen. Castro comes to the plate. They're down to their last out. 2 on, 2 out, nobody on. Braves lead it by 2. On deck is Moniak. You want to keep Castro off the base paths. The 1-0 pitch. Drops the changeup right there. It's 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. One. Down and in. Ball 2-2-1. Slider, changeup, 4-seamer. Does he go back to the change, or does he try to cheat inside with the hard stuff? 2-1, infield back into the right, outfield deep straight away, the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at the changeup on the outer edge, and the Rockies are down to their final strike. Two count, 2 outs. Braves fans are standing at attention. The pitch, swing, rips it, and a line drive catch by Ozzie Albies. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody. Bring your green hat. Let's go. Come on, everybody. We're going. Woo!
Yeah, those Braves baseball writers are right, man. Ozzie can't play defense. Holy cow, what a catch.
We're streaking. Woo! We're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Streaking. Get in the car.
Everybody.
5 wins in a row.
Tony, you think KFC's still open?
Good God Almighty, there's a party in here. Braves win 5 in a row. 6 runs, 14 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Colorado Rockies. Player of the game, man, you could go so many different ways. I'm going to give it to Ronald Acuna Jr. We give him a hard time for his lack of effort sometimes, but he went 3 for 3. He'll get the game ball. 3 for 3. 3 runs scored. He had a walk, a single, a double, and a single. On base 4 times. Collected 5 bases in total. And he made a hell of a sliding catch out there in right field. Don't forget that. MVPs! Thank you, Uncle Charlie. And the Braves' magic number goes to 23. Hey, Sleepy Toe. Thank you, sir. Braves magic number goes to 23. If you recycle, or what do you want to call that? Reload the chat. You'll see it in your Emojis Country Club. We'll keep an eye on the Phillies score. If the Phillies end up winning, we'll post about it before the game tomorrow. Remember, there is a doubleheader tomorrow here in Braves Country. I've already checked the weather. It's supposed to be beautiful weather up north. So we're going to get a doubleheader. Good old-fashioned Yankees-Red Sox brouhaha. And then it's Braves-Rockies. 4 o'clock for Braves-Rockies, 1 o'clock for Yankees-Red Sox. So it ought to be a fun day of baseball. And we'll see you then. Braves win a big one, 6-4. Just felt like one of those games that if you let it go by, if you didn't get this win, you would definitely regret it. We'll see you tomorrow. Braves win it, 6-4.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
Some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me through. Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then.
Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.